Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Hi again. We're still getting ready for Junior Iditarod, and since we serve a lot of coffee and we're kind of coffee snobs, we love good coffee. Again, no reason to drink bad coffee in this world if you're going to drink coffee. So people always compliment our coffee at EagleSong, so I'm going to show you how we do it. My favorite ground coffee that you can buy in bulk, which everything I buy is in bulk, is the Kirkland 100% Colombian. Not decaf, just regular 100% Colombian. It's the best ground coffee that I've found, the darkest, it's just the one I prefer. All other ground coffees seem to pale in comparison. So I take one of the 3-pound cans, and it's already ground, and I take 2 empty cans and separate it. So I have 3 partial cans. And then I take a bag of coffee beans. Today I'm using Kirkland Espresso Blend. Sorry, I opened it up upside down. Makes it a little bit harder to read. It could be any different flavors. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind the beans and I'm going to mix it with the coffee. So I have a 2.5 pound bag. So I'm mixing a 2.5 pound bag of ground beans to 3 pounds of ground coffee. It can be any mixture. I seem to find in our world that if I just do coffee beans, sometimes it's a little bitter. Mixing it with the Kirkland ground just makes it the perfect mix. So I am going to use my little Cuisinart grinder, and you can use any grinder. You want to grind it fairly fine because we're going to do a pour over coffee. So you want the coffee ground fairly fine. Most people, when they grind coffee, just grind what they need for the time. I'm always cooking for lots of people. I'm always serving coffee for lots of people. I need to have coffee ready to go. I don't have time to stop and grind it. So what I usually do is mix this mixture, and then I'll take the ones I'm not using and put those in a cool spot, or you could put them in a refrigerator. Doesn't take me long to use this much coffee in our world. So I'm going to take my little Cuisinart. I'm just going to put, you don't want to put too many beans in your grinder. Otherwise it doesn't want to work. I'm just going to do this one time and show you, and then we'll come back after we're all done. Doesn't take long. There's the ground. I'm going to pour it in the cans, and then I'm just going to continue to grind this whole bag, intermix it with all of the coffee here, and then we'll go on and I'll show you how we actually make the coffee. So all our coffee beans are ground. They're all mixed. We're ready to make coffee. When we moved to EagleSong 26 years ago, we did not have electricity all the time. We could plug up things and have electricity, but it wasn't convenient. It wasn't easy to every morning to have an electric coffee pot. So we started doing pour-overs. So all of our coffee is ground. I have usually put some in a little container so I have it easy to reach whenever I want to make coffee. I make a pot of coffee and I put it in a bun dispenser, which I'll put a little hot water in this first as I'm making coffee to warm this up so it's nice and warm. Dump out the hot water and it's ready to go for coffee. So pour over, of course, is a very popular thing right now. It brings out the best in the coffee, I think, in most ways. So I have a teapot on the wood stove all the time. If it's not hot enough, then I'll cook it on the stovetop till it's boiling and steaming. So the best way to do it is just a little bit of water in your grounds. Let that run through one time and get everything soaked. Sometimes the filters, I've used lots of different filters over the years. I found the natural paper filters work best. There is some fine mesh filters. There's probably one that's a newer one that I haven't tried that will work. This is what I use right now. So I already put a little bit of hot water in here, so this is warming up. This is dripped. We're just going to do our pour over. And you can make as little or as much as you want. I usually make a full pot, fill this up. During Junior Iditarod weekend, I'll have 2 of these all the time ready for coffee so that when anybody comes in from the snow machining, whichever, they're ready for hot coffee. So we're doing our pour over. My thermos container is hot. Pour over's going. The real secret to EagleSong coffee is a little bit of vanilla. Good ground beans, good Kirkland dark coffee. Lots of love goes into everything, and a little bit of vanilla. I'm probably putting a half a teaspoon to maybe a teaspoon in this pot. You could use almond. You could use whatever flavoring you want. With this much to this much of a ratio, nobody's going to taste this and say, wow, there's vanilla in this coffee. It just gives it a little bit less of a bite, a little bit more of a fuller flavor, and it just makes the coffee really good. You'll get compliments, and you'll enjoy it. EagleSong coffee. You can do it. You'll enjoy it. So will your family and friends.